Hey everyone, how you doing today? And welcome back to the Dropped in 3 channel. Now, today we're going to be doing a review or a full review for My Hero Academia Season 6. Finally, anime content on the damn anime channel. Okay, granted, it's meant to be for not just anime, but still, like, I haven't put any anime on this channel, and it's called Dropped in 3. So, today we're going to be doing a review for My Hero Academia Season 6. Fam, you know what? Maybe I am happy that it's the first anime because My Hero is my favorite anime. So, hey, we're here. And to start off with, right, with season 6, I'm gonna do a quick 2 minute, probably hopefully 2 minutes of a quick summary in what we call it, in basically going through a recap of My Hero season 6 without spoilers. So basically, I'm gonna just talk about what I more or less said in my review without spoilers. So if you don't want to be spoiled after these 2 minutes, we're going straight into spoilers. I'm just gonna let you know, but I will tell you before I spoil stuff. So, what I gave My Hero Academia season 6 on my channel is a 9.5. I thought it was one of the best seasons of, well, it is the best season of My Hero. It's one of the best seasons of anime I've seen. I feel like they adapted the manga material in terms of the, well, without spoiling, the only thing I'll spoil is the first bit, but War Arc, right? The War Arc that was hinted at in the end of season 5, that was really fantastic. The second half, I think, was the strongest part of My Hero Academia season 6, hands down. It was absolutely beautiful, well animated, very emotional. I cried a bunch of times during the season. Voice actors killed it. Yuki Hayashi killed it. Bones did a fantastic job. Yeah, there were some little times that we're going to talk about here. This is where we talk about the nitpicks that I'm talking about, that I did have in the beginning of the season. But all in all, man, I can't really complain too much as a My Hero fan. They gave me nearly everything I wanted, especially how season 5 was so disappointing. Season 6 was just absolutely incredible. So that's pretty much it, really. The openings and endings are both, I would say, probably some of the best in the My Hero series, if not the best of the My Hero series, hands down. The action scenes were absolutely crazy. I think I already said that, but in terms of where this leads us into season 7, because I read the manga, but going into season 7, I think season 7 has potential to be ridiculous. Like, season 7 could be the best season of My Hero, hands down. I already knew season 6 could be. I was like, when I was reading this manga, I was like, if they adapt this very well, season 6 will be the best season of My Hero, hands down, which they did until season 7 comes out. I didn't know Horikoshi would still continue the streak, but season 7 now is probably going to be the best season of My Hero based on what we got from season 6. So that's pretty much it. That's all I'm going to say. If you want to hear a bit more, go to my channel. I've got the video. I'll probably link it somewhere in this video. But go to my channel to go and check out spoiler-free, more in-depth of tons of that. But let's get into spoilers. So if you have not watched My Hero Academia season 1 to 6, right? Please click off now. Now, in terms of the manga, I will not be spoiling the manga. So season 7 spoilers are completely off limit. I'm only going to talk about what we've seen. I might hint at I'm not going to really hint. The only hint I'm going to say is there's more fights in season 7. That's about it. So those are the only hints. If that spoils you, I'm sorry, but there are no spoilers. And this is a spoiler warning because I'm going to go straight into spoilers right now in 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go. So, to start off with, let's start off with the PLF War Arc, right? Because that's where a lot of my gripes for season 6 came through. The second half is near perfect. So we'll talk about that to end on a positive note, right? But let's talk about the War Arc. I would say, in terms of negatives, because let's just get that over and out of the way, I would say the slideshow stuff that I was talking about in my main review, what I was saying is that there were certain times where action scenes, because there was a lot of action, and I'm assuming maybe budget, animation, try to make sure the animators are not too tired or anything like that. Essentially, because of that, I understood the slideshows for the first like 4 or 5 episodes. No, for the first bunch of episodes, I was like, all right, do you know what? I get it. There's slideshows here and there, but do you know what? The rest of the other season, we're getting like some beautiful animation. Imagine started off the first episode, you see Mirko do those beautiful kicks in the hallway. That was cool. Then Mirko had a whole fight which was animated so well. You come to the next episode and you see Hawks and Twice, which, oh my God, Hawks and Twice happened in episode 3. This season was mad. I completely forgot about that. Jesus Christ. That was literally the first 3 episodes. Holy crap. Wow. So yeah, Hawks and Twice happens, and that's like, I'll admit the animation started to dip from there. If you want me to be blunt and honest, right? That's when it started to dip. There were times in that episode where I was like, ooh, I noticed some things, but because it was so emotionally sound, it was very hard to like bring it as a nitpick. You know what I mean? So that happened, right? And I said, okay, cool. Then we get to episode 4. No, episode 4 had the female Nomu getting animated Sakuga like crazy. And we had that I believe that was the episode where President Mike and President Mike went ham. That whole sequence. Let me just talk about that sequence because I sounds like I'm being a bit negative at the beginning. That sequence when Mike jumps in, screams, you go through. Shigaraki's like, oh my god, and Shigaraki just drops down like a ragdoll. That was the best animation of the season. Holy crap. That animation was ridiculous. Like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing there. I said, oh my god, my hero's hitting. Is this what it's like for my hero to feel like Mob Psycho? Like, oh my god, I really couldn't believe it. But we get to episode 5 when Shigaraki comes out and is free. That's when the animation really started to get a hit. That's when I was like, okay, I'm starting to notice these slideshows now. It's not as smooth as it was. Granted, it was pretty consistent. Bear in mind, it was pretty like a lot of consistency was done in this season, but it's just that when you come from My Hero season 2, and season 2 was literally consistent and beautiful, right? I have stupidly high expectations, especially for the best arc in the whole series until season 7 comes out. So I'm just there like, okay, we're getting this. It's not the best, but I guess since Shigaraki is using his like barrier type shield thing that looks really cool, and I guess some animation here and there is looking very, very good. And I guess like Shigaraki's eyes changing color with Search was beautiful. Like, you know what I mean? So it was very hit and miss for me. But then we go forward, right? And that was basically, if you saw my review videos on my channel when I was doing weekly reviews at that point, you could see what I was saying when I was like, sometimes they do some animation hits here and there. It's a bit weird. And the slideshows, the thing is about the slideshows, yeah, is Bones would have gotten away with it if they didn't do too many. They did a lot of slideshows in the beginning, like a lot, bro. A lot. Like there was this one shot I won't forget where I said this is weird, where Shigaraki was charging. I think it was when he was charging at Aizawa, and it just looked. I was like, ooh, it wasn't like bad. Like I've seen my hair look bad. If you want to see my hair look bad, go and watch the first episode of season 5 in the beginning. Boy, that first half's animation was, oh my god. Now that is my hair looking bad, but it just wasn't the best that it could be. That's what I'm saying. I mean, if you guys are Studio Bones fans like me, you know how good Studio Bones can be. Studio Bones can be ridiculous if they really want to. If they really want to, My Hero could be the best animated thing. Let me not disrespect Ufotable and Mappa, but one of the best animated things ever seen, honestly, if they really wanted to. But you know, that was my gripes a lot with the beginning of season 6. And and this is the last gripe, right? This is the last gripe. And this whole story makes sense now. You will understand why I told the story. So come on to episode, I believe it was episode 11, right? I think it's episode 11 of this season when it's Deku versus Shigaraki, right? The week before. Okay, let me even start from the beginning. This was the most hyped thing I was expecting in season 6. This was the number one for me, most hyped like plot point moment, whatever you want to call it, in the whole of season 6. Number one. Nothing could top it. Nothing. Even Darby's reveal. Actually, okay, that's a lie. Darby's reveal is number one, actually. I take that back. Darby's reveal was actually number one. But Darby's reveal was more of thematically. Like I wanted to see the music really good. I want the voice acting to be good. And Darby's reveal, fantastic, incredible episode. In fact, that was incredible, right? That's where the money went from this arc. I won't even lie, but I understand why. But that's where the money ain't, right? But I thought in terms of the best animated thing, I was like, yeah, Deku versus Shigaraki. Surely we're talking about the main protagonist, the main antagonist, having the first real fight with quirks, bro. Surely, I mean, okay, Shigaraki didn't have his quirks, but first real fights of them, like proper boxing. I was like, surely they give it like overhaul level animations. Surely, at least. But then to my surprise, we get to the episode. Okay, not to my surprise, actually. The week before that episode came out, I was sweating because the animation, I already said it in those videos. I was like, this animation is left and right. I don't know why. I don't know why it's half and half. I don't get it because like the first 4 episodes was so strong, even though Twice's episode, I did say that you started to notice things there, but at least thematically it was so good that those first 4 episodes be so strong, right? Especially when you see Miracle get Sakuga, you're seeing flipping no moves get Sakuga, right? I was like, I get to episode 9, I believe. I see that PV and I see Deku do a slideshow kick to Shigaraki. And I was like, ooh, goddamn. Ooh, that's not good, buddy. I was literally like, I don't know about that one, Chief. And the episode happened, and that fight. I'm gonna be real. That fight sucked. I'm gonna absolutely be real. There was some moments of Sakuga in it, sure, that made the fight nice at times, but overall, as a person who read it in the manga and thought that this is gonna be one of the best fights ever animated, I saw it and I was just like, what the actual F? Oh, like, what am I watching? Granted, right? What's ironic is in that episode, maybe not ironic, but granted, right? In that episode, Bakugo's stuff was done incredibly well. Animated well, voice acted well, done, directed well. Bakugo's stuff in that episode was fantastic. This is why I can't say it was a bad episode. It was actually a great episode because of Bakugo's stuff. But I was just like, are you kidding me with Deku versus Shigaraki? I couldn't believe it. Like, bro, I talked about this the Dabi reveal episode, right? But I was literally going to have a video. I thank God I never made it because I would have been embarrassed. I would have been a massive L. It would have been a very, very massive L on my part. I came in, right? I wanted to make a video basically slaughtering Bones because I was just like, how dare you have the protagonist and the antagonist and you don't reserve money for that? Like, I was defending Bones every week saying, okay, there's a reason why we're doing slideshows. They've got to spend a lot of money on Deku versus Shigaraki and Dabi, right? I get it. So let's just save the money for that. And I come to the episode and the fight wasn't that great. I was fuming. I was absolutely fuming. But the next episode, Dabi's dance was incredible. So I just said, all right, I guess I'm wrong. Because originally I was actually going to say Bones should pass this anime to Mappa. I was like, at least Mappa would know what to do with it. But you know what? Bones proved me wrong the next week. Literally the next week, they proved me wrong and said, no, we are still the reasons why My Hero is this good. So fair enough, Studio Bones. And I like being proven wrong like that. In terms of story beats, because I guess we have to talk about story beats. I feel a bit bad if I don't, because I know the story, so I don't really feel like going over it over and over again. But I may as well talk about the story beats, right? Miracle losing her arm and her leg, her arm and her leg. Mad, right? Crazy. Actually, this arc, people lost limbs, bro. You either lost a life or a limb, or you got mentally scarred. It was one of the three. Like, some people got all three. I think Aizawa got all three. Like, so, I mean, damn. But okay, he didn't die. Sorry, I take that back. Sorry. I don't know how I did it. I said that, but yeah. Coming back to the arc, yeah. Miracle lost an arm and a leg. Midnight died, which when I read that shocked me because I didn't expect. I thought they would kill off like Endeavor or Hawks or someone, but after a while I was like, all right, if they don't get killed, no one is. And then, boy, the way Midnight died, that was peak, bro. Midnight got hit by a rock, dropped on the ground, and a bunch of people came to come shank her at the end. Damn, what a sad way to go. And it's sad. I love but it was sad to see the kid's reaction. I mean, seeing that in the anime was damn heartbreaking because you heard the cries, you heard the voice acting. You know, when you read it, you're like, damn, this is heartbreaking. But when you hear the pain, I'm like, oh, that's hit into my core, bro. So that was really sad. Shigaraki was incredible this season. Obviously, I mean, the Shigaraki, he's a G now. But man, I love I love sassy Shigaraki, man. I love Shigaraki that doesn't care. My favorite scene, or one of my favorite scenes of the whole of My Hero, is Shigaraki starting on the Endeavor Ryukyu good. Was it meant to be this arm? After he did that, and seeing that animated was beautiful. Honestly, damn, like that was really, really good. In fact, Shigaraki's voice actor, sorry, I have to give a special mention. He killed it this season. I don't think I said that in my actual review, but he was absolutely incredible in My Hero season 6. Absolutely incredible. And coming on to the war arc, because we'll soon move on, but we gotta really like, it's a full review. We gotta eat. We gotta get full. But this whole arc, I won't lie, I was always thinking, especially when I read it, I genuinely thought that bodies would be on the floor. And I'll admit, not that many. Okay, a lot of people died, but not that many like prevalent bodies were on the floor. Even though Midnight is very prevalent, Midnight is very, very, very prevalent. So do you know what? Fair enough. Killing her off. In fact, maybe it was even better to just kill off Midnight and then just leave it, because Midnight dying, right? The reason why it hit is because Midnight has been through us through the whole of My Hero, right? She seems like a side character, but she really isn't. She was actually helping a lot of the kids. It's like if, let's say, I'm trying to think of an equivalent of a Midnight dying, like a President Mike. If President Mike got popped, it would be like, damn, a side character died. So you probably think, oh, it's not an Endeavor and Aizawa, but it would hit. You'd be like, oh my god, like President Mike died. You know what I'm saying? Even though that wasn't the saddest death in the whole of season 6, hands down, it was Twice. Hands down. Even in the anime, I still cried, because the thing is without Twice, and the whole story of Twice is he's just an unfortunate guy. Yeah, he's a criminal, but he's an unfortunate guy. And this is what I like about My Hero Academia. It's not just black and white, there's gray. And even seeing Hawks, with the way Hawks treated Twice in terms of how he looked. He was looking like the villain, while Twice was looking like the hero that needed saving or something, or the civilian that needed saving. Seeing the duality between that is so damn interesting. And yet again, credit to Horikoshi and his writing, and it was so really good. It was so good. Oh, by the way, Zito killed it as Hawks in that scene, bro. Oh my god. When he said in the dub, he was like, what can I say? I guess I'm a good actor. I was like, damn, because he said it so like, I don't know how do I say this? He said it so not condescending, but what's the word? Like, if I'm just that guy. But then he's looking at him like, yeah, you wouldn't have been able to fool me. Like, I fooled you, kind of thing, in a very serious situation that made him look even more villainous. It's like, damn, you're about to end my guy's life, and you're really mocking him like this. Like, damn, like I have to give credit to him there, because that's the I saw that out loud. I was like, oh, damn. Like the My Hero dub, actually, that's another thing I need to mention. My Hero dubs are actually like top tier anyway. So moving on. Still talk about the war, because a lot happens in this war. Deku's multiple quirks, right? This is the thing. I'm actually happy with the feedback so far, because I thought that people were going to slaughter Deku when they started seeing all his quirks come one by one, and he's basically like Superman, Spider-Man, God. Superman, Spider-Man, Batman, God. That's basically what Deku is now. And speaking of that, I don't like the way they did Float in the anime, actually. I'll say that's my final gripe, sorry. Because Float, maybe it's the way I read it, but when Float got announced, not announced, but when Deku unlocked Float, right? The way it happened is Shigaraki's about to crumble everywhere. I expected in a directorial sense, I would have expected them to just show Shigaraki about to crumble, Deku looking down, fling them up, and then everyone looks and it goes, we're flying, which happened in the anime, but it just wasn't the same. It didn't have that like time. Like, I think we needed a little bit of time to marinate the fact that Deku just unlocked another quirk. It just felt very quick, and that was another reason why I didn't like the Deku. Well, not didn't like, but I was not happy with the Deku versus Shigaraki fight. It just things were just. It was just the way Deku just got flow. Like, it was just too quick. Like, compared to when I was reading it, I was like, oh, doom, flow. Like, it just felt a little better, different. I mean, it could be the way I read it, but that's what I feel. And I'm happy Deku has Float, and Float looks cool in this anime, especially with the Villain Hunt arc, which we will get to. I've only been here, 20 minutes, and we still have a whole half of a season to talk about. I haven't even finished talking about the war arc. There's still more. A lot happened, right? Darby's dance. Man, we need to talk about Darby's dance. That deserves its own little appreciation. I'll get back to Deku and his quirks. I think Villain Hunt is better for that, because Float is the only one that got. Oh, actually, no, I tell a lie. Danger Sense. Danger Sense is done very well. I like Danger Sense. I like the sound effect. I like the look of it. I like the way they did Danger Sense in the anime. Actually, I'll give them credit on that, right? The other ones we'll talk about later, right? So, even Danger Sense in more detail, we'll talk about it a bit later. Man, there's a lot to talk about, and I'm only 20 minutes in. yeah, this is going to be at least 40 minutes, man, unfortunately for me. Unfortunately for me. But good for you. You got a whole podcast worth of content on My Hero Academia Season 6, so that's crazy. Okay, back to the war arc, right? Darby's dance. Darby's dance was absolutely fire. That was, honestly, I didn't even deep it because the last couple of episodes have been so fire. I thought they were the best episodes of the season. But when I think back to it, Darby's dance was really damn well done. Really, really damn well done. The voice acting from not just Darby's voice VA, who also does Zenitsu, by the way. So I could hear a little bit of Zenitsu in him because I'll explain why now. Because when Darby was singing his not singing, but gloating about Endeavor when he starts dancing and talking, I'm like, hey, Endeavor, it's me, I'm Toya, and I've been doing all these things. You can hear his voice crack, you can hear his voice break, you can hear the pain that he's been holding in for many, many years for this man, because he literally got replaced by his younger brother, and it was so well done by his VA, because that's what I mean by I heard Zenitsu. Zenitsu is a very high-pitched voice because, you know, he's always like, oh my God, oh, you know what I mean? But it made sense for Darby in his heat of pain, talking to his old man who he's basically set up his whole life in order to get revenge on. It makes sense. It's a very like, how I look at the whole Toya situation is basically a child who didn't really get enough love or nurturing from his old man. So because of that, he's still in that childish mindset that I must get revenge on Endeavor, if that makes sense. He's not like, it's not like he's doing, like he says it himself, he's doing it very irrationally. He's burning himself in order to get Endeavor some revenge. Very, very childlike. And I like it because it's very realistic. It makes sense. Like Darby, as you've seen, Darby died as a kid. Toya died as a kid. Then Darby remained. Bars. Okay, that was not that. But to be honest with you, yeah. Toya died as a kid, so he hasn't had any like Endeavor. He hadn't had any like. It's not like he's been under familial care. And you know, in this world of quirks, as you've seen with Shigaraki and the way they talked about Shigaraki in about, I think, season 2, how he's a childlike guy. It made sense for Darby to be like that. So that was really, really well done. In terms of his voice acting with that, but not just the voice actor of Darby, the voice actor Yuki Kaji, the voice actor of Shoto. Oh, damn. I felt it when Darby was coming down and was like, Endeavor! Like that whole scene. Oh my God. Like that episode was actually mad. Like thinking back to it, the VA, the amount of times I rewound that scene of seeing Darby go, Endeavor! Like all the pain and oh my God, what a flipping episode. But seeing Shoto go, Oyaji, come on, let's go, come on, we've got this, hey, and it was so intense. Like the VAs made that scene so damn intense because it felt like, oh my God, like everything's just hitting so quickly, and we have to try but we have a mission to do. We're heroes. We're meant to. We have to take down Shigaraki. But what in hell is happening? And then Endeavor frozen. Damn. Like, seeing that in the manga was already sad. Seeing it in the anime was just even worse, man. Like, oh my God, Endeavor frozen. Imagine you're a dad. You're seeing your child say, I want revenge on you because you messed up. Dude, man. Oh, what a damn. Actually, no. Oh, I tell a lie, actually. I tell a lie. I said this is the best episode of the season. No, the best episode of the season was the Hellish Todoroki family, which we will talk about later. I can't. Wow, we have so much to talk about, and I'm 25 minutes in. There's so much more. So, Darby's dance done well. The dance was animated nicely. I was scared that the dance would be animated very weird. I'm not gonna lie, but he did look like, you know, the inspiration is the Joker dance from the Joker stairs and all that. Did it very, very well. Oh my God, I can't believe there's so much we need to talk about. Oh my God, I already talked about Midnight Dying, but we didn't talk about Class A versus Gigantomachia. Done very well. Animated very well, by the way. Like literally from about I was gonna say, I guess the animation didn't dip that bad for those episodes, actually. The episodes where they're in the hospital area. The hospital area was actually fine. It was actually the Shigaraki area that was the issues, honestly. Now I think about it, I didn't really have any complaints for the hospital section. In fact, I even praised them because there was one scene, particularly in episode 3, where you see, this was when Dabi was talking to Tokoyami, And then Midnight comes in, boom, and the animation is going all smooth and crazy. And I'm like, oh my God, there's still a war coming on. Like stuff like that made me so happy. And I was like, damn, Bones, you're really directing this. But and yeah, so that whole section was actually really well done. I already talked about Twice. I already talked about that. But the kids fighting Giganto was always I really like that whole fight and that whole set piece, because not only because of Mount Lady actually doing something. Well, okay, I tell her like I make it sound like Mount Lady doesn't do anything. Mount Lady actually comes in at the crucial moments, man. Remember her in I believe I was gonna say it's not Tatsus. What was it in season 3? The hospital. I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. It's not Dacre. I believe it's Dacre. Is it Dacre? Is it Dacre City? That one. Dacre City. MHA. I believe it's Dacre, right? Wrong. It's not Dacre. Okay, I forgot the name of the place. But in season 3, where All Might lost his quirk, I can't believe I forgot the name of the place. It's gonna annoy me because when I find out that name, it's gonna really annoy me. Is it Jakku? I think it's Jakku, right? Jakku MHA. Oh, I'm wrong. Okay, Jakku is this one. All right, yeah, I'm missing. Completely forgot. But anyway, I must find this thing. Where is this location? So, hold on. All Might loses quirk area. I swear I'm gonna find it, and it's gonna piss me off. Where did he lose it? Oh my God. Hold on. It's gonna really, really, really piss me off. Where is it? Where was it? It was Battle of Defense. It was USJ really good at the final law. Kamino, damn it. Kamino's the damn place. Kamino. I told you it would annoy me. Anyway, Mount Lady came in at Kamino, and she came in clutch when she helped the kids escape and all that. So that's what she is. I think she's the clutch woman. She's the one that comes in where you least expect it. Even in the manga, she's clutch. She's still clutch. So what was I trying to say? So yeah, Mount Lady came in clutch and she did her stuff. So that was pretty cool. And her versus Gancho was pretty cool. Pretty well done. But the kids, and mainly Mina Ashido and Kaminari, not Kaminari, oh my God, Kirishima, having their shine against Giganto Mashia. Because the thing is, if you go back to season 4, Kirishima was scared of Giganto, and Giganto came to, well, not really attack. He was asking for directions, but he was a very scary villain and all that. And Mina helped her friends, but she was actually scared of Giganto, even though she went to help her friends. And Kirishima was like, damn, I need to do better. If Mina can do this, why can't I? You know what I mean? But coming into this section with Giganto, so round 2 of Giganto, Mina, and I can't believe I'm talking about this. There's reasons why people would know why. I'm not going to say anything, but Mina and Kirishima having round 2 with Giganto Mashia, right? And I loved it because Mina came in, right? And you thought, oh, Mina's going to do this easy. She's already faced Mashia before. And then she's scared as crap, bro. She's like, oh my God. like, oh my God. Like, I'm really seeing this guy again. Oh my God. And Kirishima came in to help her. And I was just like, man, beautiful, man. Such great character moments. I love the relationship between Mina and Kirishima. I really do. And I love how it relates back to Mashia. And yeah, that moment got me hyped as hell when I read it, and I got me hyped as hell when I watched it as well. I saw reactions as well. People were just over the moon about that, so that was really well done. But the fact that the UA bunch, especially Momo, was able to subdue Mashia, we have to give them mad credit, because not only that, because these kids are actually subduing one of the scariest villains of the whole of the show, but Momo coming into her own, especially from season 2, if you remember how Momo was talking about, Momo was very unsure of herself, not really good at more unsure of herself. I wouldn't say not good at taking action. She is. It's just she was super unsure of herself. She's like, how do I even do this? Am I really that confident? And you saw her season by season get more and more confident, get more and more like not affirmative. What's the word? Show her leadership qualities more and more each season. And in this season, she actually just controlled the situation very well, especially after Majestic died. And credit to Momo, man. I really love her development too, in terms she's coming into her own. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else in the war arc I missed. Oh, you look like you needed saving. I can't believe that didn't get memed. I actually can't believe it. Wow. Thank God. Because when that came in the manga, boy, my hero community went in flames, man. Oh my God. They were like, oh my God, Deku wants to save Shigaraki. What kind of rubbish is this? Oh, it's trash. But the anime did it, and I didn't hear anything like that. Thank God. Maybe the anime onlys are learning some stuff, man. Maybe we need to do better, manga readers. Maybe we do. But that was done really well. Oh, also, what annoyed me, right? I know I keep on jumping left and right here, and we're still at the war arc. I haven't even talked about Villain Hunt, which is gonna take equally the same amount of time as war arc, 100%. But hopefully not. But it will do. What annoyed me about that whole Deku versus Shigaraki episode is that Bakugo had his whole episode, and I will talk about Bakugo in a bit, right? Bakugo had the whole old animation and all that. Deku vs Shigaraki happens. The next episode, Vestige World happens, and that was done very, very, very well. Beautiful Vestige World, by the way. Beautiful. Music was fire. Yuki Hayashi is a goat, man. He's a goat. But anyway, the music was absolutely slapping at that point. Then the next episode, we see Miracle turn into Super Saiyan God. Like, I was just like, I was so annoyed because I was like, this was the priority. Mirio turning into God. And speaking of that, do they understand what phasing is? Like, because Mirio was teleporting in air, and I was like, this is cool as hell, right? It's cool as hell, but aren't you a little too OP, Mirio? Like, I mean, I understand that Bones got clowned on for Mirio's slideshow episode, so they probably thought we're gonna put all our money into Mirio because I don't want to get clowned on again. They really got it. I think they really got shocked at the clowning because everybody clowned them for the Mirio fight, like everybody. But this one, I was like, all right, it's cool as hell, right? It was super cool. It was super, super cool. Especially that Mirio punch to the normal was super cool. But not realistic. It wasn't. I know the anime is not really as realistic as the manga, but come on now. Mirio turned into Goku. Like, come on now. I couldn't believe it. But granted, it was cool. It was cool as hell. So I can't complain. It was animated. It's so cool, man. So yeah, like, bro, oh my God. I couldn't believe this guy was teleporting in there. I still can't believe it. Best Genius was also done very well. I really like him coming into this arc because when I first read it, actually no, when I went out before, like just in the beginning when I saw Best Genius come down, I was like, man, Best Genius is pretty much a meme at this point. But no, he showed he's a true born hero. He's serious about this profession, and fair play to him. He did very, very well in terms of him subduing Makia, coming in to help the heroes and assisting. Because man, if Best Genius didn't come in, man, I don't know what would have happened with those heroes. Endeavor was done out here. Mashia was running free. Like, yeah, I don't know how they would have done it for real, especially how he managed to get rid of some of the League of Villains. They would have come in and been a problem. So yeah, Best Genius, well done. Speaking of Best Genius, let's talk about Bakugo, right? Because Bakugo should have his own section, because even talking about him right now, it does relate to Villain Hunt arc. Do not screw it. We'll do two sections. We'll do War Arc Bakugo, Villain Hunt Bakugo, because they link. Bakugo has always been like him and Endeavor to me, I guess, with Deku, but Deku's the main protagonist. All three of them are probably the best developed characters in MHA. Granted, maybe Bakugo tops everybody in terms of like just pure development. And they really showed with this season. I was really excited to see how they were going to do a lot of Bakugo's development this season, because this is where Bakugo really, really, really starts becoming a man, like in my opinion. Bakugo saving Deku. I wonder how people felt about that, because the way Bakugo saved Deku, when I saw it in the manga, I was like, oh my God, like, whoa, Bakugo's changed. Because for him to go save someone and it's now Deku, I was like, ain't no way season one Bakugo's going to do that. He'll maybe do it in a very bad way. He would have like flung Deku, or he would have just said, he would have just like, I don't know. I don't think Bakugo does not save Deku the way he does. No way. He doesn't sacrifice himself. I think he somehow finds a different way, but he doesn't do that. So seeing that, especially with how, because of Deku and seeing Deku, his life flash, like seeing Deku nearly die in front of him, or thinking that Deku was going to die, he managed to get his clusters, which, by the way, I said the episode was animated very well for Bakugo. Those clusters, wow. How beautiful were those clusters for Bakugo? I mean, I was so blinded with rage that I forgot about it. But when I remembered it, I was like, wait a minute, those clusters were actually pretty damn sexy. So fair play to that, right? I can't wait to see the clusters in the future. I'm really excited for that as well, especially with certain fights. Manga readers would know. But all in all, Bakugo has really been changing. And I love how he started when he was following Deku. He was like, oh my God, I just want revenge for Shigaraki. BS. He wants to protect his mate because him learning about the AFO, the One For All secret early and him having this relationship with Deku and All Might has been the best thing for his character. The best. Because Bakugo has always been like, I want to be the number one hero, but him seeing like being involved in something prevalent in terms of the whole hero world, like especially to do with his best friend, especially the fact that it is his best friend that got All Might's quirk and not him, has really changed him as a character and has made him way, way, way more wiser, way smarter. Even the way, oh man, that's villain hunt stuff, but we'll talk about that a bit later, right? I was going to talk about how he even spoke about Deku and how he understands Deku and All Might and their craziness in terms of saving people. Villain hunt arc for that. And the reason why he even wants to protect Deku and what he says when he pushes Deku away is don't try and do this on your own, because Bakugo knows. All Might tried to do it on his own. Did he succeed? No. So why should Deku? You know what I mean? And that's a lot of what the story is. We'll come back to that on Villain Hunt Arc because that's basically a lot of what Villain Hunt Arc is. But all in all, man, I really love. Oh yeah, and Nahiko, I believe is. Oh my god, I don't want to spoil out his name, but Bakugo's VA also killed it in all those aspects, especially this whole season. Actually, all the VAs did a fantastic job this season, to be honest with you. So that's all I'm going to talk about in terms of War Arc. I spent 36 minutes, okay, at least 30 minutes of that talking about War Arc, which I still haven't talked about. There's still more. There's still Toga. I'm trying my hardest not to make this long. Ah, man, I have to talk about Toga. I'm sorry. Toga is actually a big one, right? Toga, right? The fact that Toga and Ochako fought, and Toga has basically tried to tell Ochako, are you going to basically save me? That was essentially what she was trying to say to Ochako. Ochako is like, because she interpreted it as, this villain is gloating about killing people. Screw you. You go to jail, man. Like, you know what I mean? And it's very fair enough. Like, of course, she should go to jail. She's a villain. She killed people. But Toga's story is so sad because, yes, she's a killer. Yes, she's a murderer. But she does that because she likes blood. That's just how her love is. That's just how it is. And no one understands that. So seeing Toga cry, especially when I read this, I felt so bad because no one will ever understand her because they just see a monster. They don't even try to understand that the reason why she's sucking blood of people is because she's infatuated with them. Maybe what heroes should be doing for Toga is, hey, why don't we try and get you some, like, I understand that you love sucking blood, but let's try and look for some alternatives. Like, I understand, I get it, fine. You like Ochako, you want to suck her blood, but if you suck her blood too much, she dies. So is there a way maybe you can like be infatuated with someone who's a blood quirk, who makes infinite blood or something, like a Vlad? I don't know why I brought Vlad. He doesn't make infinite blood, but you know what I mean? He controls blood and all that. Maybe Vlad and Toga should team up. I never even thought about that. Maybe Vlad should help Toga or something like that. Or maybe like Toga gets some quirk counseling so she knows how to control her quirk better, so she doesn't suck as much blood. You see what I mean? There's options here, but no one wants to take those options because they see a criminal and they're just like, you go to jail, you're bad, period. And that, yet again, and this is what I say, My Hero Academia is not just black and white, it's gray. So I really, really loved, it was really sad to see Toga break down like that, but it is what it is. That's just the unfortunate, sad truth of My Hero. Me personally, I think what's going to happen with Toga's character, well, in terms of three villains I could think of, in terms of Shigaraki, Toga, and Dabi, I think Dabi's going to burn himself up and die. I think Toga is going to get arrested and her quirk removed. I think they're going to remove her quirk, and it's going to hurt because, you know, Toga loves her quirk. She doesn't hate her quirk. So I feel like if you remove that quirk from Toga, you remove Toga. So it's going to hurt her hard, right? And then Shigaraki, I think Shigaraki will die as well, but I think Shigaraki will die fighting. Does that make sense? I don't think Deku will kill Shigaraki. I just think maybe he just dies from his own quirk overheating or something. I definitely think Dabi burns himself up, hands down. That one is a non-negotiable. I think he's gonna burn himself up. But those are my those are my theories. I believe, other than that, Mr. Compress, the fact that he's actually like his bloodline is a league, like a bunch of like famous thieves who rob from the rich, give to the poor. Like, this is what I like about the League of Villains. They all technically kind of have good reasons as to why they're doing villainy, if you really think about it. It's not like bad reasons. It's not the great reasons. It's not amazing reasons, like figure out other ways to deal with your stuff, but you can kind of understand why they're doing what they're doing. So anyway, that's enough on the war arc. There's still more. There's definitely still more, but I don't want to go overboard with it because I've done a lot, and I need to talk about Villain Hunt because Villain Hunt is where a lot of my positives are, right? A lot of my positives. So I'm excited because I get to just smile like a baby while talking about Villain Hunt. But before we get to Villain Hunt, right? Quick thing: opening 1, opening 2. Ending 1, ending 2 of this season were absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. I believe ending 2 of this season, one of my favorite endings. The music is so deep. I've just seen Deku go through all the past experiences of My Hero Academia. Really hit hard for me. Really hit so damn hard. So that was really damn good. The opening of the opening 1 was like a comic book coming to life. So that was fire as well. Even though when I first heard the music, I was like, this is a little too happy for a depressing arc here. But see, the second opening basically said, oh no, here's the depressing song. Here's the depression, especially even with the visuals. Oh my God, bro. Oh man, so Villain Hunt arc was just incredible. Actually, basically post-war arc, period, right? That whole post-war, everything post-war was just absolutely fantastic. So let's get on to it, right? The best episode of the season, hands down, was the Hellish Todoroki family. Hands down. That episode was so deep. It was so deep because I already read it, so I already knew what was happening. And the main thing, or the main gist, I believe, that Horikoshi's trying to say in terms of the whole Hellish Todoroki family type of scenario is that it's not just Endeavor that was the problem in terms of Dabi turning into Dabi. It was a whole collective of Endeavor being too brash as to trying to be All Might. It's a collective of Ray actually leaving Dabi to go and train when Endeavor told you that, when she knows that if he trains, he's going to burn himself up and could potentially die. The other kids, even though I still think Dabi was trying to brainwash them a little bit, if you can see, especially with Natsu. That scene, it's clear as day there. But they didn't try to stop him, even though they were kids. They were kids, so I can't blame them, but they didn't try to stop him though. And it's just a whole collective of men. We all didn't really look. This guy was in pain. All of us didn't notice. We didn't try and help him. Damn, that's on us. Even though I will admit, yeah, this arc did show Endeavor be a monster, and I'm glad they didn't pull back any punches. Yes, he beat his wife. Yes, he more or less forced his wife into have these kids. But at least we saw that because his redemption story is so interesting because of that. This is a really, really, like, I wouldn't say a horrible man, but at least a bad man, and he's really, really trying to turn into a better man. And I can't blame, like, I can't get mad at someone trying to become a better man even from their past mistakes, as long as they acknowledge that they messed up a lot. Especially with Ray, like, he's trying to build up his relationship with Ray, as Ray has said, that he comes and sees her and she knows. But like, that whole backstory was just so, it was tense, it was sad, it was scary at times. Seeing Dabi go and burn himself up and cry like that was scary. It was just everything I could have wanted from the Hellish Todoroki family being adapted. And that is why I think that is the second, like, neck and neck story with the AFO story. It's just the best in My Hero, man, hands down. In terms of, I could go on and on about that Hellish Todoroki family episode, honestly, but I'm going to try and move on because it's so good. Also, sorry, okay, one last thing on the Hellish Todoroki family. The reaction shots was the best in the season. Endeavor pissed at Ray, and like with his teeth, that was scary. Shoto Toya saying, look at me, Endeavor, with his crazed days. Oh no, I believe that was the one where he got the dazed face as he was about to go and kill Shoto. It's just a whole, wow, what a flipping episode. That was easily the best episode of the season. Very haunting episodes. And it even shows people that, bro, family members, man, like, family is a whole interesting and very sensitive topic, because like things happen in families that it's very hard to explain to other people because family is family, you know. And the way they did that in the Todoroki family episode, absolutely insane. Moving on, let's talk about Villain Hunt. I can't believe I've gone 45 minutes, man. Oh my god. Let's talk about Villain Hunt, right? Let's talk about Villain Hunt. Villain Hunt arc. Actually, no, sorry. One last thing. Vestiges. Vestiges was really well done as well. I like, obviously, the music, the animation was really well done. It's crazy seeing the whole thing in one episode because I always watch reading it week to week. So it was like 2 weeks and it was like boom, boom. But all in one episode, it was just a fantastic episode, and ending it on Deku leaving UA and the way they adapted that was really well done. So I'm all in all, those episodes were that run was really, really well done. That hospital run essentially. Now coming out of the hospital, Deku leaves UA. He goes, "Peace out, my guys. I'm out." And by the way, I also have All Might's quirk. Bye. Enjoy that bombshell, guys. And he bounces to go and basically become Batman. The Deku versus Muscular fight was done really well. And I actually, first off, right, seeing this arc animated has been blowing my mind every single episode because I'm so used to just seeing it read like on manga form and seeing like the actual like city and destruction being destroyed is what like basically while we were watching season 5, I was seeing this and this is now real. It's crazy. Like seeing Shindo, right? Shindo is his name, right? Shindo. Damn it. Shindo, cool. Seeing Shindo and I forgot the other girl's name, but seeing Shindo and them not walking in the streets was crazy. I really like the way they adapted that too. They did a fantastic job. But then the Muscular fight was done very well. It was animated very, very well. Especially with Deku's hit with Muscular. God damn. Those impact frames when Deku hit Muscular was rude, man. Oh, it was rude. I felt bad for Muscular. I said, come on now. Like, that's, you're fighting a god, man. What the hell? But coming on to, I actually forgot Tartarus. I talked about these in detail on my channel, to be fair, but Tartarus was really well animated as well. Shigaraki and AFO are both very scary villains right now. Like, they're too powerful. So I was super, super happy with that episode. And also we got to see a first look at Lady Nagin. Now, coming on to Lady Nagin right now, because we're going to talk about Deku versus Lady Nagin as well. Lady Nagin, man, voice actor was really, really well picked. I really liked the way they did her. Seeing her finally with her colors in actual anime was really, really nice. Because, in the manga, you just see black and white, but here we actually saw the pink and blue, and it's really, really cool. I did love the fight. They did the fight very well, very emotional as well. And Foe, there was a little bit of a slideshow swipe with Foe 100% when Deku uses Fajin. I love Fajin, by the way. Fajin was animated very well as well. I need to say that. And Smokescreen. Smokescreen was done very well. I believe it's called Smokescreen, but Smokescreen or Smoke, I forgot what it's called, but Smoke is done really well as well. But Fajin was hard. Fajin was hard because I love it how he shows basically like the Deku power up. You know how that when Deku uses OFA and you see the red little streaks of power, like if they're like not veins, but like super big, like veins, like going around his body. I love the fact that color was just used for Fajin because it pretty much is just upgraded AFO, which is OFA or One for All, guys. So which was really well done. So I like that. Man, when he hit Lady Nagin and he said, "Hironi," I felt so bad for Lady. I was just like, oh my God, run. This guy is about to do the most powerful punch ever. Granted, yes, it was a little, like, I wish we had more of an impact on the impact, but that's just being me being a nitpick, man. I love that episode and I love the animation we got, so I couldn't complain. Also, the rest of it in terms of story, Nagin and Hawks. I wish Nagin met Hawks earlier. I wonder if she did. Maybe she would have gone on a different path. That's something I want to think about. But all in all, Overhaul's back as well. What do you guys think about Overhaul's return, actually, anime onlys? What do you guys think? Because the thing about me and Overhaul's return is I'm half and half. I liked it because he's back and he's broken, which makes sense. Shigaraki ruined him. But I hope that Overhaul is still somewhat prevalent towards the story. Hence why I really want a part 2 of My Hero. I want to like a My Hero Shippuden where all these villains and stuff are all like, hopefully villains society still wins and then all these villains like are still around and trying to rebuild their lives. I'd like Overhaul to be like, if anyone's watched the Batman the Dark Knight trilogy, you know how Scarecrow was a villain in part 1, and then he's just a background villain that does his menacing stuff, and he's just in the background and does his stuff. I hope Overhaul turns into somewhat like that in My Hero, but we'll wait and see for that. Okay, moving on. There's still a lot more to talk about. I think I'm gonna try and brush through Villain Hunter because we've been talking for a while. I mean, I have been talking for a while. It's almost 50 minutes, guys. So, moving on, we move to Deku on site, where Deku is just punching left, right, center the villains. I was hoping that we would see, let's say, some of the fights that Deku was going through in terms of when you just see after he's taken down that villain in that house and he's just dangling like that. When you see in the manga, you see different pictures of different villains that Deku's fighting. I was hoping we'd see some of them. I won't lie, but I had a feeling that we wouldn't too. And I can't complain. But the voice acting of Deku at that point, when he was Dark Deku and he's like, I need to save everyone, was so damn good. Speaking of that, we come on to Class 1A versus Deku. Class 1A versus Deku. From this episode, every week I was crying. So the last 3 episodes, I was crying, man. Because Class 1A versus Deku, the reason why it's really well done, I think the strongest parts for me is, number 1, Deku mentally relieving his stress by his friends, and number 2, Bakugo apologizing to Deku. Those 2 scenes are some of the best, like especially Bakugo apologizing to Deku. That was, wow, that one hit me into my core. But the Class 1A versus Deku fight, animated beautifully, done so well. Even though it was weird, I won't lie, I found it a little weird when they started playing Yusei Run, when the Deku's flying off and all of what is like, let's go help him. I understood why they did it, because it's meant to be like hope, but I was like, this is a little too soon, man. I would have preferred they use some menacing music or battle music, either gets Deku, and then you start playing Yusei Run, or at least a soft. You could have even played Might plus You. You know what I mean? Like, that would have made more sense to me, right? But, it is what it is. What we got was still fantastic. I couldn't complain. I still cried, so it did its job. But Bakugo's apology, the reason why I love Bakugo's apology, or you'll figure it out, you pretty much know, is because Bakugo's been bullying Deku since day 1, and he finally matured. He finally understood that, damn, maybe I was being a bit of a dickhead to Deku. Like, you know what I mean? So Bakugo's apology was really, really, really sound, really nice, really heartwarming as well. I loved it so much. And all in all, after that, what was I going to say? I feel like I missed something in terms of Bakugo. I'll try to say something else in terms of Bakugo. But all in all, right, in terms of the whole season, Bakugo has just completely changed as a character. He's more mature. Oh, hell, okay. Now I remember what I was trying to say. He's more mature. The reason why he's more mature is because he understands. He's been watching Deku for ages, and he's finally realized that he's been pushing Deku aside just because of his own selfishness. And even on top of that, the fact that he's the one to realize that, hey, Endeavor, you cannot leave All Might and Deku alone, because All Might is literally a crazy guy who wants to save even if he dies, and Deku's literally the same. And look at us, we're in this trash situation. What's the point in doing that? You know what I mean? So happy that Bakugo has really become mentally strong. And what I really hope is Bakugo takes a leadership position in terms of even if it's the subtle leader, in terms of him with maybe 1A or maybe with just groups of heroes. Overall, I do like the way Bakugo has changed. Like, even when he was talking to Deku, as he apologized to Deku and called him Izuku, which warmed my damn soul. If you don't know, if you want to see how I actually reacted, go to my channel and see, I believe it's chapter 300 and I think it's like 316 or so, something around then. One of those reactions. Go and check that reaction right there, because when Bakugo said Izuku, I couldn't believe it when I read it. Right, I was like, oh my god, he called him Izuku. That means it's deep. You know what I mean? So seeing that animated was really done well as well. And even when Bakugo was telling Deku, hey, yeah, like you can see the difference between the Bakugo and the Deku. Deku has learned how to become more basically say win at all costs type of mentality, not just save people. And Bakugo's gone more of a let's just save people while we're trying to win at all costs type of mentality, which All Might did say in season 3. But seeing Bakugo say, this is how we win. We win by helping each other. If you need help, we help you. You help us. We take down AFO. If you could have gone and taken out AFO alone, I understand why you're doing that, but it's not the right move because All Might has failed with that. You need help. We can do this. You know what I mean? We save us by saving everyone. That's how we do it. And bro, those bars, man. Oh, Bakugo's such a G, man. When he was saying all this, such maturity, man. I was like, oh my god. Even Deku was like, man, I'm sorry, man. Like, damn, you're right. That was pretty mature. Damn, like, you know what I mean? So, what a damn episode that was. And then moving on to the next episode, Uraraka's speech. Let him stay here. Damn. That hit so hard, especially when, do you know why it hit so hard, right? It already hit hard in the manga because it was just deep, right? All the heroes are, I would just say heroes. Oh my god, I don't know how this moved so far, but all the civilians were like, yeah, man, Deku, get rid of him. The fact that everybody knows he has OFA now is kind of wild. I still can't believe that, by the way. Like, I remember when I was like first started MHA, I was like, I wonder how everyone's gonna find out that Deku has OFA. I would have never put money that Deku would tell people, and I would have never put money that they would find out through rumors. Honestly, I thought that that AFO would be so petty that he would just reveal it. You know what I mean? Like he would just like somehow send it to everybody. Like basically Dabi's broadcast, I thought AFO would go do it, or Shigaraki, and be like, hey, do you know All Might's quirk? Izuku Midoriya, go and kill him. Ask him to remove a strand of his hair. You get All Might. Like, I was expecting something like that. That would be some sinister stuff, but I'm glad with what we got. And what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. Yeah. So with Uraraka saying that let him stay here and have that whole Hero Academia stuff, and the civilians, seeing the civilian from episode 1 who called Deku, oh, are you a nerd? Oh, you're excited. Him being the one to resolve the civilians' pain from the ground. I mean, Uraraka did it mainly, but from the ground. Man, when I read that, I couldn't believe it. And I was just like, man, this is why Horikoshi's a badass, man. Bringing back characters like that to save Deku. Can you imagine? Like, damn, how well written is that? And when they played the music that they played when You Could Be a Hero as well, and they had it was basically a one-to-one of You Could Be a Hero. That was how it was done in the manga as well. I literally bawled in tears when I heard that music, and I saw the panel of Deku crying because, you know, Deku does pretty much the same pose as he's doing to All Might when All Might says, you can be a hero. And she can say, this is his Hero Academia, like just going full circle. Oh my God, man. Oh, I love this show. That whole episode was so emotionally crazy, bro. Oh my God. I didn't expect that episode to be as emotionally sound as the Bakugo apologizing episode, because when I read it, it was emotionally sound. Don't get it twisted. I was crying. I was holding back tears. I don't think I cried, but I held back. I was like, wow, this is deep. But I didn't think they'll be on the same level, if not this being above the Bakugo episode. But it was to me, because the way that is a production thing in terms of the music, the voice acting, everything. It was just so well done, man. So damn well done. So fair enough. And then coming on to the last episode, we're almost done, guys. Sorry, it's almost an hour. I knew I would go an hour, man. I knew it. I said, oh, let me hopefully go 40 minutes. I knew I'd go an hour. Damn it. It's My Hero Academia, man. But anyway, coming on to the last episode, Hero Killer Stain. How do you feel about Hero Killer Stain coming back? I was so happy when he came back, and I like the fact that he was the one to wake up All Might. I remember reading it, and I was like, "Damn, this whole episode was so." This chapter, which was the chapter, the first bit before the. Does the opening play in this one? I believe the opening does. Yeah, the first bit before the opening or the title card plays. I can't remember. No, it was the opening. I think before the opening plays. Yeah, man, that whole thing was so sad because you're seeing All Might broken, and you know All Might used to be a very powerful man, and he's just reduced to nothing, and even his student is suffering, and he's nothing he could do about it. Seeing him so withered down, and then seeing the last person he saved go and help the All Might statue, that really hit me when I read it. I won't lie, but it still hits me, especially seeing All Might cry like that, saying, "Oh my God, like, you know." Wow, people actually still hold what I did dearly, because I understand why All Might could be like, I failed because the world's in hell. The world's in literal hell, and AFO and Shigaraki are ruling it. But that little bit of hope, man, like you just want to hug All Might at that point and be like, no, man, you tried. You literally tried, man. You are the most heroic person we've seen in the whole show. You did everything you possibly could. It's okay. You know what I mean? And man, I'm so happy he has his fight back, honestly, because man, that was so sad, especially when Deku left him. I don't know how people reacted to that anime only, but when I read it, I was like, oh my god, Deku left him. Like, bro, like, oh, like, oh, he's matured, bro. So other than that, the Deku had a bath finally. I remember people were complaining that Deku was having a bath. Like, I remember the My Hero community is so fickle, man. The fact that, oh my god, Deku's trauma has not been explored enough. He's having a bath and laughing with his friends. What the hell? Has anybody ever heard of, laughing through pain? No one has heard of no one heard of that, because I was like, guys, wait, chill. They're going to explain it more eventually. And they're still going a little bit through that trauma now, but I didn't like people's reactions to that. And I'm glad that we didn't get that this episode today, thank God. But I think it's mainly because there was this little bit that they added towards the end of the episode where Deku gets a flashback of, well, not a flashback, of a dream, basically, of AFO saying it's your turn. The thing that basically haunted him the whole of the villain hunt arc. He's like, your turn, and you see Shigaraki coming out too, like, and Deku's just scared, whaps out Black Whip. That was a very cool scene that Bones added. I do kind of wish that was in the manga now, so that it could, shut people up. But hey, bro, that was really fantastic. And last but not least, we got Stars and Stripes. I can't really talk too much about Stars and Stripes because the spoilers for season 7. All I can say is she's the #1 hero from America and Stars and Stripes. I like the way she came in. I like her voice actor, and she's looking pretty cool. That's all I can say. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the full review of My Hero Academia Season 6. Wow, 1 hour. 1 hour, ladies and gentlemen. 1 whole hour. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. We did it, man. We did it. And to be honest with you, these reviews are going to get long, like about an hour length eventually, because what I'm going to do is I want to have people come on and talk with me on the seasons or movies and stuff. So this sounds like a more realistic type of length of what these reviews are going to be. But for now, it's going to be 30 minutes because it's mainly me, except for My Hero Academia, because My Hero Academia is my shiz, and we'll be talking about it for an hour. And I have absolutely zero regrets because we got to cover as much as possible. I know there's definitely stuff I'm missing. Like, for example, they added Spinner's backstory, flipping finally from NBA. I can't believe that. Like, when I saw that in the season, I was like, it's good you added it. Thank God, because it was needed. Even though they didn't show the CRC get killed, which sucks, because that whole scene of them getting popped up by the League of Villains was actually incredible. But it's cool. We got it, right? We got it, which is fine. But I was like, you're telling me you didn't add this into NBA? Like, really? I think it's because Bones realized that, oh my God, this is actually important backstory. They completely realized that after season 5, but it is what it is. Overall, man, I've given My Hero a 9.5. I think this season was actually incredible. I'm excited for season 7. So tomorrow I'm going to be doing, oh my God, another My Hero video. I'm saying this like if I'm complaining. I love My Hero so much. That's why I'm doing this. But tomorrow I'm going to be doing a live stream, I think. Either a live stream or a video. Just go and check on my channel. I don't know. But I'm going to be talking in depth about My Hero Academia in terms of what does the end of My Hero Academia season 6 in terms of how the anime went. What does that mean for season 7? So this is mainly a manga spoiler video. So it's going to have spoilers for the manga as we have them right now. So spoiler alert for any of that. Well, not like heavy spoilers into the manga, but light spoilers in the manga as in, oh my God, I want to see this animated and this look like that. And what episode is this going to happen? So if you're interested, come to the Daibi Facts Harry channel and you can come and check that out. But other than that, thank you very much for watching again. Please like this video, subscribe to the Dropped in 3 channel. More content is coming in. I'm going to be doing a Blue Lock full review either today or tomorrow. I'm not sure yet because, man, this thing is taking the life out of me. I won't even lie. I didn't expect this to go this well. I expected this to go this long, but I didn't expect my life to be taken out like that. But Blue Lock will either be uploaded today or tomorrow. Just check on the channels to see when. And other than that, another thing, Dropped in 3 podcast starts next week as well. Next week, Wednesday, we're going to start talking about that. And that first episode, well, I'm going to give you guys, because it's My Hero Academia, I don't mind telling you guys. First episode is going to be talking about the winter anime that happened this season. So this is going to be a lot of fun. And all in all, I hope you have a great day. I hope you stay safe. And thank you for watching. All right. Bye.